Hey, fellow YouTubers, JJ the Trucker coming to you from Springfield, Ohio. And it is time for us to get some fuel.
In 300 feet, arrive at 940 U.S. Highway 42 Northeast on the right.
Well, there you are. Now you know where I'm at. Or where I was when I was recording this. Alright, so this is something rare here. I'm at a TA.
Please drive to highlighted route. In 1/2 mile, turn left on I-70 West.
Yeah, Agatha, thank you. Alright, so this is part of my my truck stop series here, and we are going to actually fuel up here.
Left lane closed was reported on I-70. You are on the fastest route.
Now y'all know why I call her Agatha. Alright, Agatha, I'm trying to record a video here. Anyway. The reason I'm showing you this one, even though I showed you guys fueling up at a Love's before, is whereas Love's and Pilot uses the app, this one, I don't think they do. I don't know if they have an app or not. I don't have their card. And I will explain that in a little bit here. Well, I'll go ahead and explain it right now. It's real easy to get a card at Love's and Pilot. But at the TA, it's a royal pain in the butt. You got to register online. You have to wait till you get your truck and your truck number and everything before you can even do it. And then they mail you the card. And then to do everything on the card to get your points and to do everything, you have to go inside. You can't just go to the counter. You have to go to a kiosk. A lot of these TAs only have one kiosk. There's a line of truckers. If you're trying to do anything, make any changes, it takes forever. The kiosk doesn't work half the time. I just had nothing but problems with it, so I said, you know what, forget it. We're rarely at a TA, and to be honest with you, this is actually, since I've been on my own after training, this is only the second TA I've ever been to. And the only reason I'm here is because fuel is, get this, 94 cents. 94 cents. And yet, I'm still only going to get a few gallons because I'm heading up to Michigan where it's going to be 89 cents. Now, of course, that's after Prime's discounts and stuff. So, yeah, it's a rarity. And the 89 cents is over at a Love, so I'd rather get some points over there. Anyways, enough of that. Let's go ahead and hop out of this truck, and I will show you how you fuel old school way without the app. Alrighty, so first thing we gotta do is figure out how much fuel we're gonna get. Since we know we're going to a cheaper area, we don't want to fill up here if we don't have to, because if we're going to a cheaper area, we basically want to get enough fuel to get us to that cheaper area so we can fuel up. And, you know, 89 cents, man, I doubt we're going to find anything cheaper than that. But, of course, once I get up there to that 89 cents area, which is up near Detroit, it's just south of Detroit, then, yeah, I will check it out and you know, check the Prime app to see what they've got in store. So anyways, here we go. As you can see, I am running pretty low. I've got just over 1/8 of a tank. I definitely prefer keeping it above 1/8, or, you know, I don't like it getting too far down into that red. I mean, I have, and I will. It's not that big a deal as long as I know, you know, that there's plenty of gas stations around. If I'm gonna be in the middle of nowhere, then there's no way. But that red area, that's you know, that represents about what was that, 12.5 gallons, if I'm doing that right. So 200, 150, no, 25 gallons. That's right, 25 gallons. So that's roughly 200 miles right there in the red. So you're usually going to find a place to get fuel within 200 miles. It's not that big of a deal. So anyways, the place I'm going to right now is, let's put it this way, no, the place in Michigan where I'm going to be fueling up next is about 175 miles away from here. I do have the delivery to make, then sitting overnight, and then the pickup to make in the same city, only a couple miles away. So it's still going to end up being, you know, hardly anything. My APU will have some run time. I'm just going to call it 200 miles. You know, you know, you definitely want to overestimate instead of underestimate. So now, let's see. What's my current fuel mileage? Let's see. Hello, OmniTrax.
Hi, please state a command.
Miles per gallon.
9.7 miles per gallon.
Woohoo! You heard that. 9.7 miles per gallon. All right, so big reason I'm doing 9.7 right now is because I've got a really light load. So that's a big reason, but still 9.7. Man, that's freaking awesome. All right, so anyways, back to this here. I'm not going to guesstimate, or I'm not going to do the math on 9.7. I usually average around 8.2 to 8.5, but I do my math on 8 miles per gallon. Just because, you know, you never know if you're going to get stuck in traffic, if you're going to be going up hills and all kinds of stuff. I've never averaged that low for a whole week, but I've had some trips that might average that low. So let's go ahead and go to my calculator here. All right, and we're going to go 200 miles divided by 8 miles per gallon, and there you go. 25 gallons. That is what I'm going to get. So let's go ahead and get 25 gallons of fuel. All right, here we go. We're at a pretty basic pump right here. Hopefully you can hear me over all the noise. Welcome, insert card or enter your info. So we're going to go ahead and insert my com data card right here. One moment, please. Swipe your Ultra One card or enter phone number. I'm wearing my gloves here. Let's skip. Alright, since my next one's a drop and hook, we are going to do both the tractor and reefer. I am going to fill the reefer up. I'm almost at my destination and won't be using too much more reefer fuel. I don't need any DEF, got plenty of that for right now. So skip that. I almost canceled the whole sale again. Vehicle ID, that is my truck number, 601974. Enter. Cash advance, no, thank you. No additional products needed. Now I can go in and buy additional products that are truck related, such as bulk DEF if I wanted to, or diesel additive, work-related gloves, work-related things, and it would basically charge it to my card, which would charge it to my truck and come right out of my settlement. All right, trailer number. We are 170374. Trip numbers. 1048. All right, let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna put my other glove on now so I can actually touch. Just gonna set you down here for a second. Sorry for the darkness. There we go. All right, since I'm only doing 25 gallons, I'm only gonna do one side. It's not a big deal. You don't have to do them simultaneously. But I will tell you a little bit about that in a second here. So just like fueling up your car, all right. There we go, and we will watch. So, the fuel. One thing I've noticed, at least on the Freightliners, is that the gauge, the gas, the fuel gauge, is on this side of the, is on this tank. It doesn't appear that it's got a gauge on each tank. Each tank holds 100 gallons. So once we put in this 20 gallons of fuel, 25 gallons of fuel, it's going to think that we put in 50 gallons because it's going to think we put in 25 on each side. And so it's going to show us a lot more fuel than we actually got. All right, when it hits 25, I'm just going to push this thing down. That's a little trick, by the way, if your satellite side or the other side is, there we go, is going, you just push that down and it shuts the whole thing off. on both sides. All right. So it's going to think that we did 50 gallons, but we only did the 25, and it will eventually even out. You know, there's a tube connecting the two fuel tanks, and it'll take a while, usually overnight though. It will go ahead and even itself out. All right, let's go ahead and get that thing tightened back on. All right, so now saying, please remove nozzle, but we just filled up. Oh, wait a minute. We got that thing to fill up. So let's go ahead and hop in. And all right, set you down here real quick again. Take the gloves off. All right. So anyway, yeah, overnight it'll usually settle out and figure it all out. Yep, again, sorry for the beeping. It's saying, hey, you don't have your seatbelt on. I know, I'm not going that far. All right. So I'm just gonna go a little bit here. Kind of look out the mirror to kind of gauge. And it should be right about there. Okay. I know you really can't tell. And it took a little bit for me to figure that out on where to go. But let's see how close I got. Alright, setting you back down again. Got to put the gloves on. Yep. Alright, gloves are back on. Alright. Okay, I didn't get that close. Yeah, it'll be a stretch, but I think it'd be close enough. Hey, you can see right here how much fuel I've got. Alright, so the rule at Prime is when you drop a trailer, it has to be at least 3/4 of the way full. Okay, let's see. It reaches. You can't see that here. It's supposed to be three. At least you have to drop it at least 3/4 of a tank. Set there. All right, it's set. But here's the thing. When you pick it up, you should have 3/4 of a tank. But the shipper, what they end up doing, you know, they load it all up and everything, and then they have to leave the reefer running while you are going to pick it up. In the meantime, all that fuel is being used, and if you only leave it 3/4 of a tank full, by the time the next person gets it, it's less than 3/4 of a tank. So they're kind of shorted on that. So now they have to go directly over to the gas station and get it filled up, and then they'll charge it back to me. So it's double inconvenience because I still get charged for it, and they've had to now go out of their way and probably make a stop that they wouldn't have had to make otherwise. So you know what? I just fill it up. There you go. Booyah. Okay, these meters are a little bit off. It is full. I mean, I actually topped that thing off. You saw that? All right. Put that there. Woo, look at that. A whole 7 gallons on that. Yeah, these tanks aren't too bad. They don't really take a whole lot. So anyways, that is it. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut on over to another TA that I went to and visited. I actually did some laundry over there and everything. And I did a whole full tour of that TA, and I hope you enjoy. As always, please thumbs up, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll see you at the other TA in 1 second. Here we go.